any butcher knives gone missing? Oh my god. Missing from your collection.
Oh, missing knives, you say? How peculiar. I can assure you, dear detective, that I take great pride in the security
that
of my
makes sense.
collection. Each item is meticulously catalogued and accounted for. But pray, do indulge me. Why this sudden interest in missing knives?
See, it makes
Has
sense
there
that
been a
it's him.
theft?
Like, it
Or
makes
is it
so much
merely a
sense that it's
coincidence
him.
that such a topic arises in our conversation? I am most intrigued to learn more about this matter.
Like, it just makes so much sense that it is him. But, like, it makes sense that it's him for both. That's also kind of the problem.
So, tell us, Detective Martini, who is the culprit? Interesting choice, Detective Martini. May I ask you why?
It can't be for the inheritance. But it could be, but like I don't think so. It does sound like there's an unpaid debt. For this one,
Detective
they were
Martini?
business rivals.
And why?
But it's Nicola Grossman now that I'm just absolutely flummoxed with. It's like, I feel like it has to be him. He's the only one that really fits. He's got the knives. And he's got the exotic animals. Which in theory could cause the bites. Like, he has animals as well, but I don't... Like, they weren't business rivals or anything, and there's no option for, like, business gone wrong.
Interesting choice, Detective Martini. May I ask you why? I am not quite convinced of your theories, Detective Martini.
Well, he said something different. He did say something different. That's interesting. Well, shoot, I just don't know. This one's stumping me really good. It sucks. I might need to call it with this mystery unresolved. I'm not really too sure what I can do. Like, I know there is a way to solve it. There has to be. I'm just not too sure what I can link it to. Because, like, does him saying that mean I'm closer? Tell me something.
Detective, I'm curious. Is there something specific you would like to know? I'm here to assist you in any way I can.
I'm just curious if that counts as me asking more questions. I guess it does.
Have you made up your mind?
Okay, so I'm just curious.
Martini?
I'm just
Are you
curious.
Sure, Detective Martini, and why?
For an unpaid debt, I'm just gonna do the same thing as before. Just want to see if that's like a hint.
Detective Martini, may I ask you why? Are you sure, Detective Martini, and why? I am not quite convinced of your theories, Detective Martini.
Okay. Oh fuck. Does that mean I'm closer then? Hold on. I'm not. Well, I mean, if it's truly random, I'm not gonna find out. I'm not gonna be able to cheat anyway. I'm just gonna see if that is the way to tell if you're close. Huh. What's interesting, so this one guy actually got the same situation as me. So I wonder if it is actually random or not. Maybe it isn't random. I thought it was. Hmm. Well, this is really interesting. It seems like a lot of people are actually struggling with this. Huh. So I'm not spoiling myself or anything, mind you, but it seems like the ending is just really hard to get. But the one thing that I'm noticing from this, apparently, because if I can, I would like to actually see the ending, is that you do actually choose the same person for everything. And that Data, aka the Forest Woman, is actually gives you information. But I don't know. Okay, hold up. Well, we're gonna just try something here.
Let's see what you got. Detective Martini? Interesting choice, Detective Martini. May I ask you why? Are you sure, Detective Martini? And why? Interesting choice, Detective Martini. May I ask you why? I am not quite convinced of your theories, Detective Martini.
Okay. So... Huh. Have you ever seen anyone else in these woods?
Yeah, my dear interlocutor, the Blackwoods have been my sanctuary for countless moons. In my solitude, I have encountered the whispering winds, the murmurs of the leaves, and the gentle embrace
So
of
I
the
don't get how
ancient
this person
oaks.
helps.
But as for fellow beings, alas, my encounters have been few and far between. The creatures of the woods are my steadfast companions, but human souls have been as scarce as a snowflake in summertime. However, fear not, for your presence here fills my heart with joy and reminds me that connection is a precious gift.
How do you give useful information? You know a Graveson?
Graveson, you say. The name does not ring any bells in the symphony of my memory. But worry not, for my memory is as elusive as the wind
Do
that dances through the
you
trees.
know
It
a
whispers secrets and tales, but it does not always
Miss
carry the names
Potter?
of individuals. Perhaps if you could provide me with more context or details, the fog of forgetfulness might lift. Mrs. Potter, you asked. A curious name indeed, but alas, it is not one that resonates with the ancient echoes of the Blackwoods. My mind, like the branches of an old tree, reaches deep into the recesses of forgotten knowledge. But this particular branch seems to have eluded my grasp. However, fear not, my dear interlocutor, for even though the winds of familiarity do not blow in this direction, I am here to journey with you in a realm of discovery.
Okay, hold on. I'm heavily debating it. Because I'm just looking at the forum here and I'm trying to figure this out. I don't know. Like, I'm literally just looking at, like, I just Googled, like, vaudeville. Like, what did I Google? I Googled vaudeville, is there a way to tell if you're close? And I just came across, like, the first thread, and I'm just, like, kind of glancing through it. I'm not clicking on the spoiler stuff. Okay, so...
Have you made up your mind, Detective Martini?
I mean, okay, so all I saw was that it's you choose one person for all of them.
Are you sure, Detective Martini?
So, like,
And
is it
why?
possible that he was doing it to protect someone?
Interesting choice, Detective Martini. May I ask you why? Are you sure, Detective Martini? And why?
Oh! What? I mean, okay, well, this is at least different. So, he was trying to protect someone, which would be Mrs. Potter, because they're they're having an affair.
Tell us, Detective
From what was he
Martini,
trying to protect
from
her?
what was he trying to protect her?
They wanted to feed her to the manticore. The fuck? The victims or members of the cult witnessed something? I mean, they would have witnessed them probably having an affair on the boat. Or what if they killed... What if they killed Mr. Potter? What if they killed Mr. Potter? What if that's all this is?
What did they witness? Detective
Okay.
Martini?
The murder of a common friend. The murder of Mr. Potter? Or an infidelity. It could be an infidelity.
I think you are on the right track, Detective Martini, but keep searching for evidence.
Okay, so we're on the right track. I saw something about a manticore. Are there manticores?
Manticores, you say?
Yeah, manticores.
Creature of myth and wonder, with the body of a lion and the wings of an eagle, adorned with a fearsome scorpion tail. Such majestic beings have graced the tales of lore and imagination. And, my friend, I must confess that I have witnessed a sight that would make your heart skip a beat. Count Graveson, a figure of intrigue and mystery, crossed the threshold of the Blackwoods in a carriage drawn by none other than a magnificent manticore.
Okay. But you said Count Graveson didn't ring a bell before. Did he do anything while he was here?
My dear interlocutor, the actions of the enigmatic Mr. Graveson are as elusive as the whispers of the wind. Though I observed his arrival with the mighty Manticore, the secrets of his purpose within the depths of the forest remain shrouded in a mist of uncertainty. But fear not, for the mysteries of life often unfold in their own time, like petals unfurling to greet the morning sun. Let us embrace the unknown and embark on this journey together, for in the realm of curiosity lies the path to enlightenment.
All right. I feel like I'm actually close to being able to finish this then. Okay, so let's just try this again then.
So,
We can actually
tell us,
probably brute
Detective
force
Martini,
this.
Who is the culprit?
So Count
Interesting choice,
Graveson
Detective Martini. May I ask
to
you
protect
why?
someone.
Are you sure, Detective
To
Martini?
protect
And
someone.
why? Interesting choice, Detective
To protect
Martini. May
someone.
I ask you why?
He's trying to protect Mrs. Potter.
Tell us, Detective Martini. From what was he trying to
The
protect?
victims witnessed something.
What did they witness?
The murder of
Detective
Mr. Potter
Martini.
is the only other one that I think makes sense.
Oh my goodness. How did she kill him?
Oh my goodness, how did she kill him? Attacked by a manticore. Switch his medicines. See, this I'm not too sure of. So what I'm thinking... So I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm really not too sure. Like the Reddit thread didn't say anything about this, and anything that was spoilered out I didn't look at. The only thing I saw really was that it's the same person and the same reason. And he's the only one that made sense, and it makes sense to protect her. I mean, she's wearing a mushroom-looking dress, and you can poison people with mushrooms. And if Graveson did go to the forest at one point, maybe he was picking mushrooms.
Great job, Detective Martini.
Oh my god. Really?
The bitter end of this dance had come, in a city that had seen too much of the bitter and too little of the end. The truth was as twisted as the city's dark alleys, a lurid tale of love and murder hidden beneath the shining facade of Vaudeville. Count Graveson, a man of charm and cunning with a sinister shadow trailing behind his lofty status. He was the maestro behind the untimely end of Haley Greenwood, Maria Jansen, and Nicola Grossman. A dancer, a socialite, and a businessman whose lives were silenced not because of their own sins, but because they bore witness to another's. They'd seen a venomous love story unfold, the poisoning of Mr. Potter, a man as cruel as the city was bright. The hand that delivered his death was none other than his wife's, Mrs. Potter, a woman whose sorrow had been as
Dude,
silent
she's like
as her
chewing
resolve
on
was
some
deadly.
wood there or something, man.
India had given her more than exotic sights. It had given her the means to free herself from the chains of abuse. And Count Graveson, a noble by title, a murderer by action, he had shielded her out of love. A love as profound as it was perilous. Graveson was crafty, as cunning as a fox, and twice as deadly. He had spun a web of deception, using tools as disparate
Heal,
as their
please.
owners.
Hey, heal, please.
A
Welcome to the stream,
stiletto, a
friendo.
manticore, and a butcher knife.
Oh, hell, I just looked for a vaudeville
Each
stream to
item
laugh, and I
carefully
went directly
chosen.
into spoilers. I'm
Each
sorry, my
crime scene
friendo.
meticulously staged, all to paint a chilling picture.
But welcome to the
A picture
stream.
that pointed
I'm
away
sorry if
from
you
him.
came into spoilers
A
at
finger
just
of
the wrong
accusation
time.
resting on innocent souls. Graveson was a puppeteer, pulling the strings from behind the curtains, while chaos played out on the stage of vaudeville. My heart was heavy with the grim resolution, yet there was a sliver of relief. Peace had been restored to vaudeville, its dark secrets exhumed for the world to see.
But how
The
you
city
doing
could
today,
breathe
friendo?
again, and for a moment, so could I.
How are you doing?
The city of laughter and tears, of science
I
and
don't know what I
superstition,
experienced,
of progress
to
and
be
decay,
honest.
had its curtain drawn for a brief intermission. But peace is fleeting, especially in a world on the brink. As I made my way towards the train station, my time in this city drawing to an end, the familiar hum of vaudeville was interrupted. A menacing rumble roared overhead.
What even
the
is
echo of
going
fighter
on?
planes slicing through the city's troubled sky.
Suddenly there's a war?
They were an ominous reminder that another act was about to begin, on a stage much larger, in a war far grimmer.
Where'd this come from? Where'd the war come from? Admittedly, I tuned a lot of that out, but like, what was the ending? Why did it mention a war? That wasn't relevant. I don't know how to feel about this game. It's kind of funny, but like, so it's not random then? I thought part of the appeal of the game was that it was like a kind of a randomish story. But I guess it's not entirely true. If it's the same three people and whomst has been murdered.
Detective, I've already mentioned the names
Oh,
of the three
did you?
murder victims earlier.
Oh, is it just the same? It's just the same thing? Is there no new game option?
Scandinavian look, who was found outside her apartment.
All right. Well, that is all very intriguing. Well, huh. Okay, so here are my thoughts. Here are my thoughts on the game. All right. I feel kind of bad considering this is like a free key given to me. So I feel kind of bad saying this, but it's really not that good. It's really not that good of a game. It's funny. Kind of. Hey, Bats, welcome back to the stream, friendo. We actually just finished the game. And I'm kind of giving some of my final thoughts on it. So I guess the game itself isn't random like I thought it was. I assumed it was if it was all based around like AI stuff. So I assume there'd be some random element to it, but there isn't. And so much of the dialogue doesn't help and doesn't make sense. There's only a few characters that are actually helpful, and the other ones just spew. Like someone on the Steam forum said, some of the characters just spew word vomit that don't mean anything. It's just for the responses. It's just for some of the responses, yeah. There's like AI generation behind the responses, but it doesn't really affect the story. And they kind of run you around a lot, and it doesn't really make that much sense. Like, to give an example, since Bass just showed back up, there's like a thing where it's like, okay, well, it's meant to kind of imply that there's some like business rivalry stuff going on, and there's unpaid debts going on, and there's bad blood, and it's like one of the characters was like killed with a stiletto, and it's like, okay, well, that makes it clear that whoever did it had a stiletto. And like one of them specifically mentions a stiletto. At the same time, there's like a couple of women here that like own shoes, but one of them specifically mentions a stiletto. One of them was killed by like an animal. This guy here doesn't really say anything besides no, like pretty much all the time. This guy has wild animals, so I'm like, okay, business rivalries between like two of the murder people. He has like a collection of knives, so it makes sense. Why would he own a stiletto? I don't imagine he would. There's like an affair going on between a Mrs. Potter and this guy. There's some weird stuff with like how she's like, oh, my husband died 2 years ago. Someone here is like, no, I just saw him. And then it's like, okay, well, maybe that's just like, maybe she's just wrong. But then the other guy that's here also kind of implied that he's come around a little bit, maybe. And like, it makes it seem like it's gonna be different. But then what you do is you select, it's the same guy that committed the murders. And you gotta pick the same option. And then it goes into more detail of like, okay, well, why? And how and why? And it doesn't really make much sense. It's not incredibly well done, to be honest. It's an interesting idea. And I will admit, I was actually going to say, like, it's an interesting idea at the very least. And you could get it yourself for a laugh. I don't really think I'd recommend it, though. And like I said, I feel bad saying it considering I was given this key for free by the devs. But I just don't think in good conscience I can say this is a game worth getting, to be honest with you. I don't think it, because how much is it? And I can't, and I literally looking on the Steam forums, like, it seems like so many people had trouble trying to figure out the ending. And like I can only see one other thing on here of someone that did. So I don't know how many people have even seen the ending. So I don't even know. It's not that good. It's not that good of a game. I'm sorry, Bumblebee Studios. Like for $26, yeah, for like 26 Canadian dollars, I cannot in good conscience say this is a game worth getting. Like if it were $5, then I'd say get it for a laugh. $5, maybe get it for a laugh. Have fun with the AI a little bit, but don't really expect much, especially if it doesn't change the story. But goddamn, yeah, that's probably the worst. It may, well, no, because I've played Mighty Number 9. I've played Mighty Number 9. But like, I don't know, Vaudeville just isn't a good game. It's not. I'm sorry, Bumblebee Studios. I cannot in good conscience say that the game is worth getting. I can't. I just can't. I'll be honest. I don't even know if I want to upload this to YouTube. Like I've actually, like, after the ending, I'm really not too sure. I'm really on the fence about that. I don't know if it's worth it. Part of me kind of thinks no, it probably isn't, to be honest with you. Because like I don't even know. At least I can say I somewhat solved it. At least I somewhat solved the mystery. I mean, I did have to get some hints from the Steam forum, but I mean, I'm just glad I didn't pay money for this. If I paid money for this, I'd be really disappointed. I'd be really upset, to be honest. I will. Oh my god. I am gonna end the stream here, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna eat food and I'm gonna do something, because man, that's yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't played a game that rough in a long time. See, now you guys know that I will be completely honest with you. Even if I get something for free, I'm not gonna say like, hey, no, this is a great game, go get it. I do not recommend that. I do not recommend that in the slightest. Like I say, if it goes on sale for like $5 and you just want to have some fun, then go for it. But otherwise, it's not worth it. Okay, so tomorrow I will say there's going to be a special stream. Actually, Toby and I, one of my friends, one of my streaming friends, Toby Scales, and I are going to be having a collaboration stream where we play through. What is it? We're going to be playing through. Hold on, what game are we playing through? In Desolation, Desolate. Is it Desolate? Yeah, Desolate. Yeah, we're gonna be playing through Desolate, which should be pretty fun. Um, thank you, Frag. I already trusted your integrity, though. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like I'm too. I play too many good things. Like this is actually kind of funny. Megan and I think I talked about this on stream too. But Megan and I, the last Steam Next Fest, we're playing through games to upload. And we got to the one game which is very kind of mid and not really super great. And we actually had a discussion afterward, and we were like, in a weird way, I'm kind of happy we ran across a game that wasn't really that great, because we don't want to be all like, like, oh yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, this game's good. Because I don't want to seem like I'm just saying like the game's good when it truly isn't. I really, yeah, don't get Vaudeville. It's a cool idea, but they didn't do it. They didn't do it too well. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna get some food. Are we gonna be trying stuff this next fest too? I am actually. I have something. I have a couple things recorded already that I'm really excited to throw out there. I just haven't finished rendering and uploading them yet, but expect some stuff in the next like couple days. I don't think I'll be doing any of it on stream, but I definitely am going to be recording a lot more demos. I have a couple lined up, a couple done. Any suggestions, I'll gladly do those. Throw them in the suggestion channel, and we'll go from there. Because I'm looking to play quite a few. If I can, I'd really like to get at least one of the demos up tomorrow. But we'll see. It might not go up tomorrow. It'll probably go up on the 14th, if not tomorrow. Yeah, please do. Please do. Once again, I can't promise I'll get to all of them because I do have like a stream tomorrow and I do have a few things I'd like to do, but I do want to try to get through at least more than I did last time, which I think was like 5 or 6, which is very small compared to what I wanted to do. I want to do so many more demos. So I'm hoping to do more now. That RoboCop demo is 40G, although I heard it's good. I do want to play that one. That one's actually on my list of games I want to try for this next fest. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to go get me some food. Sorry to leave right as you come back, Bass, but I'm getting pretty hungry, so it's probably best I go. So, thank you very much, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed my suffering, because that kind of was, to be honest. And I will see you all tomorrow for the Desolate stream with Toby, which should be really fun. But for now, I guess it's time to cue the outro. So frag out, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow.